This is the story of a man who is more machine than man, a man who is at odds with himself and others around him, the man, the machine, an attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish, but that dream will never live in reality. An attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish, but that dream will never live in reality. And others around him. The man, the machine, an attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish, but that dream will never live in reality.
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to this evening's ESEA match between Goliath Gaming and Omnius Gaming. It's a semi-final, so much to play for. I'm joined by Extremes, and we're going to be bringing you all the action tonight. How you doing, my man?
I'm just going to contend with you there where you say all the action. I plan to leave some of it out and ignore it entirely.
Oh, alright, well, are we already jumping on the particulars? Not wasting any time tonight, I see.
Well, we're going to waste a bit of time waiting for Chappie, of course.
Yeah.
But, we'll get right into it. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah.
Cool to be here. We've done a lot of ESEA finals without doing seasons here. I mean, it's becoming like a
yeah. You know what? To be honest, I did intend to do more of the season.
Oh, same. I mean, we both.
To be fair, I did recently upgrade load shedding, but I did also recently upgrade my computer. I got a i9-9900, coupled that with my GTX 1080. So.
Empty flexing on stream.
I'm just letting everybody know what it took to produce this incredible stream quality. Don't mind the overlays, by the way, or lack thereof.
Literally put no effort into it. Trying to take credit for it.
Yeah. Well, it should be at least coming through at a solid quality at the bare minimum. Anyway, so.
Wait. I want to know something.
Okay.
Demonix, the owner of Omnius in chat, when the casters pronounce our name correctly.
So it's not ominous.
What did people call it? Did they call it ominous?
Yeah, ominous. That's the common misconception. Ominous gaming, yes.
It's not even spelled the same.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like that's the actual word. So generally, people just straight away avert to that side. So yeah, but
ominous gaming from now on.
We're literate, which helps.
Gee, what are you saying about the other casters, mate?
Mike, you got to pick up on the subtleties here, my man.
I'm just gonna say it straight up. You know me.
Okay, so Omnius Gaming versus Goliath Gaming semi-final winner will be going up against Big Five next week. They won their match last evening against Lionheart. That was a fairly one-sided affair, all things considered. So they're looking really good. I'd really like to see a Goliath versus Big Five, just considering the players in both of the teams and the type of form they've been in. Having said that, OG have also been looking pretty good lately. They've got a bunch of very hungry, driven young individuals who are very capable as well, and I think they're working really hard, and the hard work seems to be paying off as well. They beat Energy convincingly last week in their semi-final, and they just seem to be on an upward trajectory, positive stonks, if you will, and looking good. So a bit of competition for them here, perhaps. Goliath referring to.
No, of course. I mean, Goliath are definitely the heavy favourites here.
Yeah, sure.
Why wouldn't they be? They got all the experience. They got all the fragging power. Omnius kind of remind me of a team like Good Gaming last year, where they were just on the periphery of the top 3, top 4, and they were challenging the top guys on occasion. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of the season because nobody's been casting it, so it's not really been possible to see what's been going on. But looking at the results, they've been pretty impressive. Actually, one of Goliath's losses is a forfeit loss to Omnius. I'm assuming that was maybe when they were overseas or something. I don't know. Maybe somebody can let us know in chat why that was. But the individual players here for Omnius, I mean, I know most of these guys, pretty good players, been around.
Yeah.
There is some experience there. BNY's been in a bunch of teams, played at a high level for a long time. I mean, with a couple of exciting young players. I think Heartbreak looks really good.
Yeah. Nexus as well.
Always a consistent performer. Nexus too, yeah. Nexus is prolific on Twitter, gotta say. His Twitter game is good.
I feel like we don't have enough people who are up to scratch on Twitter in this country.
Yeah, it does help, of course. I mean, if people know what you're about and can sort of follow you, they can watch your games. You can build a little bit of a brand for yourself. Yeah. It's an amazing thing.
What do you know? I mean, could be something worth investing into. Just retweet
people.
Yeah, so confirmation from ADM that they were overseas and that's why they had to forfeit the game. I thought they were just scared.
Trying to forfeit this one for stream snipe.
Yeah, it's good to see that they get an opportunity at redemption, yeah, if you will. So let's chat about the map here. First map, Nuke. quite a surprising one for us. Not generally a map we see as a pick in this country. I really like the decision here from Omnius Gaming. Obviously, as we were saying, they probably lack in the fragging department in comparison to Goliath Gaming, whereas Nuke is a map that can negate that element of the game. It relies heavily on team play, communication, rotations, and specific protocols you have in place to certain situations that end up occurring. So what that comes down to is hard work. So if Omnius have been putting in the time on this map, then they could actually be giving Goliath a run just purely based off of their team play.
Potentially. Do you know, did they pick this map?
Yes, yeah, Omnius definitely picked this. I got confirmation from BNY.
And then we've got Inferno and Overpass. In what order?
I'll confirm that now as well.
Okay, well, on the point of Nuke, yeah, as you said, I mean, if you're a coordinated team, if you know what you're on about, you can make a little bit of a difference versus a team that's maybe a bit more skilled than you on paper anyway. So if they've done their preparation, which I assume they would have been doing up until now, they'll probably feel pretty comfortable here. Of course, it's still going to take a lot to shut down fraggers like Goliath have. I mean, Massacre, obviously, a guy who's actually massively experienced considering his young age. He's been around for a long time and is a very powerful fragger. I mean, Mango's definitely one of the best young players that we've had next to his own brother, Destroyed. I mean, he's obviously better, but... Sorry, just getting that in for the VOD. I love you, Mango.
Yeah. You got to get that jive in nice and early.
Yeah,
of course,
it's important.
For anyone who's not familiar, Mango is still only 15 years old.
It's insane how good he is.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
especially considering how young he is. The maturity that he displays in his game is what surprises most people. It's not like he's just a hot fragger who runs around taking off heads. There's actually also that element of maturity to his game. You can see that there's a plan as he works through his process. He unfortunately wasn't a part of the team that got to play in Dubai because he was underage. He needed to be 16 and he wasn't. So a bit of a missed opportunity there for him, unfortunately. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, he gets the experience regardless of at least being there and traveling with the squad and simulating the environment. He did also play in India at the end of last year, so it's not like he's been deprived of his first LAN up internationally, or not even LAN, but rather competing internationally.
Yeah, still got the experience. That's good. When you're talking about his maturity, what I was particularly impressed about with the guy was he can Twitter. He can actually hold a conversation and argue points and.
It seems to be the youngsters that are better at that, though. To be fair,
I know it's crazy. I mean, no, I don't. I'm not even joking on that. It's just cool to see guys that are willing to talk about the game that they're passionate about. Because I find a lot of players tend to be sort of guarded. Maybe they're afraid of saying something that's going to make them unpopular or whatever it may be. Of course, ADM never is. So. Got a lot of love for that, man.
Yeah, just to let everybody in as to what's going on right now, Chappie reconnected and he's only getting about 30 to 40 frames, which is worse than the initial 80 he was getting before he uninstalled and reinstalled his client. So things have actually gone from bad to worse for him. Nexus says they're at a bit of a, rather BNY says they're at a bit of a loss right now, not sure what to do. So we're just going to wait until they come up with a solution. I'm going to play some music in the background, Mike, try and enhance the audio quality of this cast right now,
I'm going to eat my lunch bar in the
foreground. Man, please, can you activate the sensitivity? I want that ASMR. Oh yeah.
How's that for you?
Jesus, that's making me want to punch you. Probably my biggest pet peeve is being able to hear people eat, seriously.
Alright, here we go.
Don't worry, guys.
Now, see, the problem with this is I only bought 4 chocolates for the whole of the lockdown and I'm eating one of them now.
And how many bottles of gin did you buy?
None.
Damn, I'm disappointed.
I got like 3/4 of a bottle, so I'll make it. I mean, you could have gifted me one. I mean, you got a bunch, right?
Yeah, I got 3, but they're craft gin, so I'm gonna have to ration them. I suppose gin's probably not the best alcohol to be drinking in these times, generally considered a depressant, or more so at least than other alcohol.
Well, at least if you combine it with tonic water, you'd probably survive malaria. So,
Hey, I generally go with tonic water. I'm sure that's the conventional way. Some people like it with dry lemon.
Here for you guys.
Yeah.
High quality information. Sorry, again, we're just waiting for a player. That would be Chappie, and it seems like he's here. Let's hope his FPS is okay.
Yeah. Haven't got any further messages since the ones I relayed earlier, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. So the next map, by the way, you were asking, is indeed Inferno, and then Overpass will be the third map. I think both of those maps Goliath are very comfortable on. So even if things do go awry here on Nuke, they shouldn't get too concerned.
I'm going to say I think for Omnius, if they want to actually be competitive in the series, they've got to take Nuke. Otherwise, it's pretty much done, unfortunately. I mean, you never want to say that about a team, but I think for themselves, they're probably a little surprised that they're here. But, you know, not to take away from their hard work or their skill, of course, but at the beginning of the season, there was Sinister 5 and Energy that were involved, and also whatever the X5 team was. I mean, this has been a very topsy-turvy season, a very unconventional season because of the comings and goings of teams, because of like ATK going overseas and that essentially breaking up other lineups.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit of a difficult one, but I think for Omnius, they've done themselves really proud to actually be here in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, nothing to lose at
them.
this point as well, though, right? Going up in a semi-final against Goliath Gaming, they know that they're the underdogs, which is going to take a bunch of pressure off of them already. They're starting off on their map pickers here. I mean, if they can go 1-0 up, even though it's on their map and it's Nuke, it's still going to give them a bunch of confidence heading into the rest of the series. Gives them a bit of a cushion as well. So yeah, I think that Omnius have to be really happy with the position that they find themselves in right now, bar the technical difficulties. Hopefully Chappie's going to be able to resolve that. Yeah, not how you want to be starting off your semi-final. I mean, we're already 17 minutes later, and we haven't been able to get the game going because of it. So apologies, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We're trying to see if we can find a way to improve Chappie's situation. I mean, this is actually a known problem internationally. Seen complaints on social media aplenty about FPS in conjunction with the ESEA and its clients. So, I mean, you'd think they'd do something about that, right?
You would think so, but I mean, this is Counter-Strike. Let's be honest. Some things that you'd think they'd do something about continue for years. So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously not the developer's fault. That is ESEA's fault. But, I mean, do they have much of an incentive to fix it? I don't know. Either way. I mean, we've lost Chappie again, so I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry,
Apparently
guys.
he's going to a different PC. I think that's Heartbreak in chat. I don't know, Marco, are you Heartbreak?
I see the picture.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off as well. So we can get confirmation. He ran to his uncle's house. he ran to his uncle's house.
Ran? Okay, didn't drive. Did he run barefoot?
Jesus Christ!
Are we going the full way?
Oh god, that's classic. Well, I want to just go and play music now, but we got 39 people watching, and we need to keep the people entertained. You know, this is the catch-22, Mike. So
it is. Personally, I want to eat my lunch bar, but you know you don't like my ASMR, so.
I mean, it is already 10 to 9, so you've had plenty of opportunity to get through that. So I'm not going to be too sympathetic.
I'm just waiting for you to shout, you know, when you're going like, oh my word, oh my goodness, what? And, you know, I'll be like nobody will hear it. You know?
I saw, on that note, I saw the best cutscene in Family Guy the other day, and it was Peter synchronizing his farts with the thunder when he was in the middle of a business meeting. So obviously, every time the thunder cracked, he let one rip as well. And then
every time
the
thunder
third
cracked,
time,
cracked, eh?
yeah, literally. But then the third time he farts, and then the thunder only comes like a few seconds later. And he's like, "Oh God, the storm's clearly moving away."
Toilet humor here, guys.
Jeez, I'm a massive Family Guy fan, just by the way. So yeah.
I just learned something. I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
do you watch any Family Guy, Mike?
not much actually. I'm
South
sorry.
Park?
Not for a long time.
Okay. We got Chappie back in the server, so I guess, I mean, do you think his uncle lives somewhere else on the property and he just had to, like, run to his apartment block or something? I don't know.
Well, I see Heartbreak saying monitor on the shoulder running, so I mean, I'm
God,
again
that's-
going to just imagine that it was raining and he was
That's-
running barefoot in short
Jesus.
shorts with a monitor on his shoulder.
That's the funniest thing I've actually seen in a while. I mean, he's gonna, he's not gonna be in the best headspace jumping into this game, but hey, at least he still has a chance to change something. So he's gonna be playing on a different computer now. Okay, at least that should be fixing the FPS issue, I suppose. Hopefully he doesn't have to install like drivers or anything like that, right? His
Okay,
uncle
so
lives, yeah.
This is away. Okay, cool. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. Usually when we do broadcasts, this is like TV, you know, we're like director, go to ad break. You know, we don't want to talk forever, man. And like, you want to talk forever. What
I
the
don't
hell?
know. Such a laid back environment. And you know, as soon as we go to music, he's gonna reconnect and.
I usually bait players that way. I'll be like, okay, gonna go to music, and then they immediately come back. And
So you like abuse your commentator's curse, basically? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So there's a couple of things going on in South African Counter-Strike at the moment. Obviously, ESEA coming to a head, coming to a close pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then VS Gaming's going on at the moment. I mean, I haven't heard too much, but are you gonna cost some of it?
Yeah, definitely, especially with the lockdown coming up. Got the PC sorted out, things are looking good, so definitely going to be jumping into some games coming up through the weekend, maybe next week as well.
Okay.
Keen to see. Welcome, Mr. Byron. Good to have you here, my friend.
Yeah, one of the OG guys, and getting events going and hooking people up with amazing laptops these days.
Oof, making money move.
Indeed.
Another interesting. Yeah.
I think you're going to say the same thing I'm going to say, aren't you?
Okay, I don't know. I was going to talk about ATK, so maybe not.
I wasn't going to talk about that, sorry.
Sorry, Mike. We're not as synchronized as you thought.
Oh, come on. I was like, we finish each other's sandwiches. Yeah.
Definitely not.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. I don't share that. But there's that, what's it, Incorsi League or whatever from, where is it, Nodwin Gaming?
Yeah.
That's starting soon. I don't know. Are lots of teams signed up for that, or?
Actually, haven't had a look on the website myself. I have seen. I was chatting to Slowy last night. We were playing some Call of Duty Warzone Battle Royale. Super good game, just by the way. And he was mentioning that cup is coming up. So I assume Big Five's going to be involved, and hopefully all the other teams as well. All the other top teams. Good opportunity for to be involved in the scene. You know, to be playing some active matches. Constantly different cups as well, opportunities to win, make it through to the finals. You know, there's a bunch of different things up for grabs as well with the weekly and the monthly cups.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see. I mean, I haven't seen any announcement of prizes or anything yet, but I mean,
yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I think we might get involved with it. I mean, we've spoken with them a bit. We'll see. It'll be pretty cool if we can. I know it was originally supposed to be something else called the Umzanzi League, and that's the whole like £1 million thing, but they pushed that back because of India being also on a 21-day lockdown like us.
Yeah,
so
but let's not be confused. The £1 million was for all 4 esports
like all the games,
for 2 seasons. So I think it's probably going to be more like a £100,000 prize pool for the CS LAN or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know exactly, but it's more than we know about VS at this point. So.
Yeah, that's true. VS, I mean, that's something that happens quite regularly. You know, the prize pool only emerges a couple weeks into the league's beginning or duration.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good one. I mean, I'd hate for it to be kind of like what we had in some of the other games where they like play the whole year and get to the end of the year and then it's like, actually you're not going to be at the LAN and there's no prize money.
Yeah.
So, let's hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that'll happen to CS, but I really hope it matches the money that we had the previous years. But I don't know, man. Like everything is getting a little bit smaller these days. So you know, I really want the guys to get paid. Let's just say
yeah. I mean, having said that, the Nodwin thing is exciting. You know, of course, an Indian company making its way to the South African shores. I mean, that's unprecedented in its own right, if you will. You know, a different company. Expanding to South Africa, unless there's something that you can think of. I mean, besides like ESL and those sorts of things, but that's slightly different.
Well, I think what's interesting about Nodwin is that they operate the ESL India Premiership and they have the licenses for DreamHack India. So
yeah,
I mean, to me that suggests surely at some point there's got to be like an ESL or a DreamHack something happening in South Africa with
DreamHack Cape Town.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Fuck yeah, make it happen.
Yeah, I'd be fucking excited for that, man.
Yeah.
So that would be amazing if it could happen. So hopefully things go well with them and they get going. I think we have seen like quite a contraction in the Counter-Strike scene and the esports scene in general in the last 2 years since sort of the heady days of 2017, where there's like 2 leagues going on that are worth millions each. You know, we all thought, oh, holy crap, this is really popping off. And then, you know, after that, everything just kind of went like, ooh.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, it was just such a quick exponential expansion. I mean, if you think 2016 was also quite a laid back year, 2017 was an anomaly by all sorts. I don't think we can really compare and try and, you know, say, oh, we're not at that level. So
quickly,
yeah, exactly. And it scared all the small players out of the industry, which is the people that actually, you know, make it sustainable. Especially when as much damage was done with, you know, one of the leagues not being sustainable, not lasting very long, and leaving a big hole in its wake.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, even last year there was that, was it Cape Town Tens thing that Metal State did,
Yeah.
where nobody got paid. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's not exactly been roses for a while. There's been a bunch of trouble. So let's hope 2020 is better in that respect. I mean, obviously it started out with some crazy shit. We're on lockdown, guys. So that is an insane kind of scenario, and that does mean, like Byron's saying in chat, will there be any lands this year? We don't even know, because we
Well,
don't actually know what the end of this whole thing is.
I like what they've done with the major, just reducing it to one major for the year and keeping it in Brazil, because, you know, everyone was actually excited about the prospect of a major in Brazil, just to see how that would actually be, considering the fanfare there. But guys, actually,
What?
hold the phones. It looks like we may actually have a game here. Chappie is in the server, and we are straight into the pistol round. Let me get a little bit more audio going here for the game volume, guys. Just let me know.
Keep the music going, man. It'll be like Counter-Strike with music.
I had that when I was casting the 1v1 tournament, the Southern Lions 1v1 tournament the past weekend, which I'm doing a game, by the way, on Sunday. So guys, register, join. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, into the pistol round we go. Goliath Gaming on the CT side. They've got 4 players with armor, a kit, and a smoke grenade on Zip Zip, but it's Adaro and Massacre are doing some damage in the early stages. They've actually been able to get a player down the vents, have Omnius.
See if you can do some damage. And of course, if you are confused, what are you watching and you can't read? It's the ESEA semi-final here for Season 33 South Africa. Omnius Gaming versus Goliath Gaming. BNY comes in there but gets traded immediately, and oh, Massacre.
Yeah.
He's ruthless.
Yeah, he was. He had the trigger discipline there, just making sure he would secure the frag. Oh, Heartbreak turning around just in time there, taking down Mango, reduces it back to the 2v2. And with so much time left on the clock here, there's so many options. But Adaro, who's been patient, he's missing all of his shots. My word, he's actually going to take down Nexus. Not going to be able to find that frag on Heartbreak, who's considering dropping down the ladder, but he would also be dropping into the open arms of Massacre. And it seems like he just got the call to come through that, or the call came through that he needs to be aware of that. So all the action happening so quickly means that we have an elongated 1 versus 1 here, and Heartbreak is using the round timer to its full capacity.
Problem, of course, when you do something like this, if the player had been on A side, you've given him enough time now to sort of suspect you're coming from heaven. Of course, that's not the case, but
yeah,
it's always a good bet if you're a CT, you're an A side, and it's taking a while. The guy's probably going heaven.
And with only 15 seconds left now, Heartbreak's painted himself into a bit of a corner. He's not going to be able to take the subtle approach. Takes a big chunk of damage on the way down as well. This is going to be difficult for Massacre, who actually just flies straight up the vent. Nothing subtle about his approach. Yeah, Heartbreak definitely heard Massacre. That's why he's so committed to the angle right now. As Massacre is just slowly walking across, he walks straight into Heartbreak's crosshair, who lands the perfect one-tap. And it's Omnius who draw first blood here on Nuke.
That was some great work, but it was absolutely chaotic. I mean, it was very tough to tell what was going on there.
Yeah.
Of course, it is Nuke. That kind of exacerbates the situation a little bit, but very good work for Omnius to actually win it in the end, and I think that's the start they would have wanted. This is their map pick. They are on T side, which is pretty tough against the coordinated team, but the whole thing on Nuke is, of course, as CTs, you have to be coordinated. It's not like old Nuke where you can just easily get rounds. You've got to know what you're on about here.
100%. We're going to be seeing a shift of pace here. Omnius looking to get slightly aggressive towards the hut and the squeaky door, but there is a force buy here from Goliath Gaming, and it's Adaru who finds the first frag of the round. Adaru. Did you hear them call him? They were calling him that in the Asia Minor closed qualifier cast.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite as bad as Slow Eye, but...
Yeah, no, there's been a couple good ones indeed. Adam, he finds a frag with the Scout as well. Adaro trading out Mango. And it is looking pretty good for Goliath, though. Omnius have been able to find some control as they get themselves into the A bomb site. And Goliath put the brakes on things.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, but Heartbreak was ready and waiting for the possibility. He seems to be aware of the second as well. Massacre receives the same treatment, and they know where Adam is, so things have completely fallen apart here for Goliath. A round which was looking so promising has now gone awry.
Jeez, that's some good play out of Heartbreak. The man is landing shots so far. And down to B-bomb site they go. Bomb gets down, and of course we got somebody in vent. So this is pretty much mission impossible for Adam on 49 HP. I think he's just got to find something he can salvage and take into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, keeping the scout at this point is probably his greatest priority. There's a Galil, but I think he's... Yeah, he'll trade up. Get the extra $100 profit, right?
Yeah, I think that's okay. It's not a bad result. They can use that gun. Maybe do some damage. But Omnius actually walking right into a trap there. So
yeah,
really good work. I mean, if not for Heartbreak's heroics there, that round was gone.
Yeah, the fact that he had the patience to wait for the second player is what surprised me the most, and that's pretty much exactly what solidified the round for Omnius. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Going back to Adam's decision, okay, so he is going to invest in armor. I was going to say if there was no armor bought, I would have preferred to see him keep the scout, because I think the scout's probably a better weapon if you're playing without armor, but he did go for the light armor, so he's got that to work with. Not much else to speak of besides the MP9. Over on Omnius, they're pretty set to make this a 3-0 start here on their map pick.
Sorry, chewing chocolate again.
That's okay.
You're waiting for me to come in.
Oh, Adam getting aggressive, as long as as well as Adaro, who's pushing straight up ramp. Somehow the call didn't come through to BNY that he was getting aggressive, and he's going to be able to find a frag there. 2 for ADM as well. Massacre found 1 in the meantime, and that means that Chappie's now left in the 1 versus 2 clutch. Weapons have been found here for the remaining Goliath players as well, which means that they're fully capable of taking some fights here.
Oh, he ate that flash big time.
Yeah.
The players are low. The problem is, of course, for him, the angles that he's got to deal with here. Oh, he's taking so much damage.
Oh. Really smart decision making there from Massacre to back off through the squeaky door, which was open, so he didn't have to give away any audio cues, and that is an unfortunate round loss for Omnius. When you're playing against Goliath, when you're in a semi-final, when there's so much at stake, you just can't afford to drop those sorts of rounds. And you got to expect some sort of aggression, right? Going up against the save, where they have 1 Galil.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's 2 things. They're going inside when you know that they're going to be on a save or a low buy. Little bit questionable, and then also sticking together in the way that they did. There was just too much chaos going on. In general, Omnius's playstyle here, it's been very chaotic, relying on Heartbreak to dig them out of their own chaos. So they probably needed to play it a little bit slower, take outside control, be a bit more patient. You know, they had the weapon advantage. They didn't need to fight them.
Yeah. And now they're in a situation where they've actually pretty much had to go with the force buy. 2 AKs, a UMP, Galil, and a pistol for Chappie. So, all that hard work, or I say all that hard work, the early hard work, could go wasted if they can't make something happen in this round. And they've already lost a bunch of their utility as well. Also, director's spazzing out for me.
Yeah, same. Just switch it. It's okay. Not okay for Omnius in this round, though. They are chasing the game against the fully bought up Goliath Gaming here, so they're going to need some heroics again from Heartbreak if they want to get out of this one.
See some friends there in chat, Mr. Zin, Mr. Tian, welcome gentlemen.
Sure. The OGs from XTC, eh?
Yeah, well, I mean, Tian's he's still alive and kicking. He just joined Energy recently, so he's making money moves. Massacre looking to add to his tally. Already found the 1 in the round, the first in the round, and he's going to find a second as well. Goliath don't even drop a single player. They retrieve an AK, so that's going to bode really well for their economy. And after losing those 2 earlier rounds, they've actually already set themselves in a decent position this half.
Yeah, good going for them. And look at ADM. I mean, he saved that gun. Now he's got a massive money. He'll be able to bring out AWPs all day if he stays alive in this one. And of course, he's going to, I mean, this is just, what, it's Glocks. 1 P250. Goliath shouldn't lose anything to this.
Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be the hyper-aggressive push straight into the A bomb site, but the mollies are coming through. The smoke even misses its mark, so Lately's just going to push straight through the fire. And the rest of them are going to get just like sheep to the slaughter. Lambs to the slaughter, whatever it is, they're dead. Same result, right?
Yeah, pretty much. 3-2, Goliath move into the lead for the first time. Adaro 9-2 in KD Massacre also reaping some rewards. On the other side, Chappie clearly suffering with the lack of FPS and the lack of shoes. You know, again, I don't know if he doesn't have shoes, but you know, I'm imagining he ran to his uncle's house with no shoes.
I mean, I hope he had shoes. It'd probably be
I mean, if he was
sore
feet,
feet.
there's no shoes. We know that.
He could have had his slippers on. Tucky's been known to wear slippers.
As long as the game ends before lockdown, that's what I'm worried about.
Oh jeez, that's a good point, Mike. Otherwise, he's going to get to know his uncle very well.
Indeed. Oh, an XTC reunion. That'd be a good idea.
Jesus, check out this guy. Even Carlo making an appearance. Love to see it. Gonna be a slow outside take here for Omnius Gaming. They have been kept at bay by the util here. Mango waiting on the precipice of the smoke. Massacre making some moves towards outside, though. He's being an absolute nightmare from Mouth. Constantly challenging Omnius, not giving them any room for free. And Omnius aren't actually able to make anything happen. You can see there's a game plan, there's a strat that's being called at the start of the round, but they're not even able to get in the position to make those strats a reality. Finally a frag going to come through, but it feels like it's just a consolation kill.
It can do some damage at least, but it's probably not going to come too much unless he pulls off something crazy that gets to shouting and throwing our coffee everywhere. I mean, yesterday you jizzed on your monitor.
Jeez.
Do that again. I mean, you put your load pretty early yesterday, let's be honest. That was like round 6 or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be something worthy of such again tonight. I mean, Doru's 1 versus 3 was up there.
But again, you're already blowing your load before then, man.
I told you, Mike. I'm one of the men that's capable of multiple excursions.
Jeez. Well, this is not PG anymore. Oh, there's another headshot from Heartbreak. Definitely hacking ban him.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep himself alive at this point and take the AK into the next round. Of course, that's pretty much all he could have done. Goliath Gaming with their 4th consecutive round. Yeah, he played in the 1 versus 1 tournament that I casted on the weekend, and he definitely has got the aim. Solid player on the come up as well. Keep your eye on the name. Gonna see a timeout coming through here, assuming this is Omnius just trying to regather themselves on this T side. They've been having a lot of presence towards outside so far, but they haven't really been able to do too much with it. Massacre's fiendishly peeking the entire time from Mouth and just not giving them that space or any opportunity to set themselves up. So they're going to have to find a way to try and keep him at bay.
They're not dealing with him well. It looks to me like if you look at the attempts on the refrags on Massacre, it just tends to be like a second and a half too late. You know, you kind of need that second player there, you know, on the... It's usually Chappie who's going first. You want that second player there to actually get the trade quickly, but it's just the timing is allowing Massacre to reposition slightly, get the advantage on the angle, and get away with it the whole time. So I think for Omnius, the fact that the Chappie's suffering for FPS, that might have also changed how they're doing things. Maybe they're sending him first in this way because he's sort of a body bag at the moment. But that also just means the timings on the other players and the awareness of where they need to be is going to be off.
Yeah, not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Hopefully it does get better through the evening. It's just going to be an eco here. Heartbreak's got the AK and armor. Something that we've seen quite a lot in recent times. Just one person fully investing in the eco round, giving the team some sort of hope in the round, I suppose. And normally with the round loss bonus that they have, you're still able to buy a Gilil with armor in the next buy round. So it's not too costly.
I want to talk, but again...
That's okay. You're having a break. Oh no, it's a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a Kit Kat. Chappie. Oh, he's actually somehow been able to lurk into secret, and he catches Mango completely off guard. And that means that Zipzip now has to refocus towards the B bomb site. Excuse me, rather ADM focus towards the B bomb site. That means Zipzip's left to his own devices. Adam now has a job to do as they start streaming in towards the B bomb site, and he does the job successfully with both of those kills. Doesn't even take a single point of damage. Good awareness from him. Good positioning. Good response to the situation. Waiting for them to push. It's pretty much always a guarantee that after the T players find that ramp frag, they're going to just charge onto that B bomb site.
That was real efficient from Adam there. He definitely picked the right sort of angle. Because again, when you're stuck in the precipice there of ramp, it's very difficult as a CT if they push you at the same time. But because it was just slightly disjointed there, the timing on who went where gave Adam a really good opportunity. And Chappie again suffering for FPS, suffering for health as well.
Yeah.
You feel like you can't do this unless he lags or something.
Well, he's been able to get 2 frags so far in the round. Maybe try and do a bit more economic damage because even that's needed at this point. There's $15,000 on Adam right now as it stands, so plenty of options available. Interesting to see. Okay, there the AWP does come out now for Adam. I was going to say we haven't seen the AWP just yet on the CT side for Goliath. not a map that you generally associate with a heavy or a dominant AWPing map.
Yeah, it's always interesting to me about Nuke, because I mean I tend to AWP on this map when I play, and you got to be mobile, you got to move around, and you tend not to be able to boss the game like you can on some of the other maps.
Yeah,
It's quite interesting because you'd think with all the long distances you'd be able to, but the problem is as a CT AWPer you're open from so many angles. No matter where you peek, there's 2 angles you can get shot from. So.
Yeah, and the other big thing about AWPing on the CT side of this map is that there isn't really much opportunity to get aggressive in the early stages of the round. You sort of have to just sit back and wait. Anyway, we're seeing some action going down now as I'm jumping from player to player unsuccessfully, just missing all the action as a good observer does.
Is his FPS back? Can he do this?
Star Ladder, sign me as your observer, please.
I think they might have to. Omnius had a brief chance there, but didn't really happen for them. And yeah, let's hope we can see. We've seen some frags in the last couple of rounds from Chappie. Maybe his issues are over. I mean, he is actually a very impactful player, so
yeah.
I'd like to see him doing his thing. And it's 6-2 again on this map. Not the end of the world for Omnius. They just need to get a little bit more coordinated in their approach. I mean, Goliath are taking plenty of chances in the way that they're fighting them. So if Omnius can take advantage of that, they can still get some rounds here.
Yeah, but that's the problem, because that's Goliath Gaming's strength at this point. When you look at the quartet of Adam, Mango, Adaro, and Massacre, that is just a fucking crazy amount of fragging power. So trying to contest them on the firepower side of things is going to be difficult. Trying to shut them down from just taking these fights is going to be difficult. It's going to require good coordination, good flashes, good double peaks, good trade fragging. These are the elements they can use to combat this playstyle that's coming out from Goliath right now. Because I can tell you one thing: once this Goliath team gets the wind in their sails, they're just going to throw the fundamentals out the window and just straight up bully the opponents.
Yeah, that's the classic that always happens when one team is dominant over the other. I mean, you'd always expect to see it. It's what used to happen to every South African team when we went over to an overseas tournament, you know. Respect for the first 6 rounds, and then like, we're better than these guys. And
yeah.
Fnatic runs at you, or Envy runs at you, you know. So
yeah, that's true. I was on the receiving end of that.
That's how it always is. I mean, that's why it's difficult, I think, as a lower team when you, for instance, in a competition, run up against a Goliath or a Big Five or whoever's got experienced players. You'll tend to find it really difficult to learn anything from it, because after the first few rounds, when they figured out, okay, wait, you can't really threaten us, then they just start running at you, and it's very difficult to take anything out of it.
Exactly.
But you got to take it on the chin and still learn from the loss. I mean, I do hate that whole thing where guys are like, I can't, we just get wrecked and it makes us sad, so we just don't want to play the top team.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get wrecked until you learn how to actually deal with them. Deal with the aggression.
Yeah, no, it says quite a lot about a person's character when that's sort of, the mentality they have. Anyway, back into the game we go. It's just going to be an eco round now for Omnius. A couple upgraded pistols, some armor on a few players as well. Adam has got the auto shotty, and he's looking to get aggressive. The alligator, if you will. Waiting for anybody on the receiving end. See, I switched to his perspective, and then it's Massacre who gets the action.
Yeah, auto director did know that.
Maybe I should just stick on the auto director then.
Maybe. I mean, it can't be worse than the Starlight observing you were doing before, so...
Oh man, nice shot there from Heartbreak. I caught that one at least. Inflicting a bit of damage here in this eco round. Nexus is going to get spotted out. Unfortunately, Mango was in a slightly forward position there, so he was fully prepared for that. Taking Nexus down just before the flash popped.
Radium wants to get some work done with that weapon. Will he even get a chance to kill anyone? Is the call.
Nice shot at Oro. Yeah. Looking dialed in. Is Lighters connected? I don't see him right now. I'm pretty sure he's now the full-time coach of Goliath Gaming.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm actually being spoken to.
That's okay.
From the other
room. I was just having a look. Generally, you can see any coaches that are connected, and I see Tools isn't connected, so just wondering where he is at the moment.
Lockdown, of course.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, by the way, I managed to order some coffee for myself.
Oh, nice.
Would you like some coffee? The answer was yes.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, your internet broke today.
Dude, I've actually had worries about that because a couple of nights ago I had like a horrendous connection speed. I couldn't even watch YouTube. Dude,
My word, I mean, it's like, could you think of anything worse?
Oh my word, I actually can't. So, I still prepared though. I actually went and downloaded a bunch of things on Netflix.
Look at you,
just
making
prepared
provisions.
just in case. Making provisions, yes.
Nice
Meanwhile,
nade. Okay, actually didn't do too much in the end there.
They
So,
never do.
what do Omnius resort to here? It looks like they're going to be throwing a bunch of utility. You can see this is a bit of a set play. Missed smoke there. Adaro blindly spraying through is going to be able to pick up 2 kills. Chappie's trying to reply back through the smoke. Eventually he does, but the damage has been done. Massacre continues to reign supreme here at the mouth. And, yeah, just shut down again. Omnius trying to brute force their way into the A bomb site, and they just time and time again being shut down.
yeah, it's really unfortunate for them. They started really well, but since then they haven't been able to get anything. And again, to me, it just looks like the timings across the board. I mean, Nexus is pretty consistently getting shut down when he's trying to fight Massacre. I mean, Massacre gets the kill, falls back. Nexus comes a few seconds later, dies as well. It's just
and look at what you see.
Oh.
This is now what's going to be starting to happen. We're going to be seeing these wide swings in the early stages of the round from Goliath, looking to inflict more damage. Massacre going to be able to find another frag from Hut.
Oh, I timed out for a second there. I don't know if you did as well.
Nah,
but...
I'm all good my side.
Oh no, my internet. Okay, well,
no, jeez, please no. Massacre still locking down the angle here.
5 versus 3. This is going to be tough for the Omnius boys. What can Heartbreak do? We've seen he can do quite a bit.
Oh, nice swing there from Lately, just pushing straight in towards the A bomb site, but he will be traded out by Mango. And now it's just BNY and Heartbreak remaining in the 2 versus 4, 56 seconds left on the clock. Good awareness there from BNY as he does take down Mango, but there's still presence on the A bomb site here from Goliath. Adaro masking the noise of his jump.
Still got time here to do Omnius, so this is eminently doable for them.
Where's the bomb
though?
Oh no, Mike, they're taking the B bomb site without the bomb.
Oh my word, Nadaro's going to find the timing here as well. He rips the head off Heartbreak, and that is pretty much done for BNY unless he can pull something off in 25 seconds, which doesn't sound likely. They know he's down there. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I think that is just so unfortunate for them. They had a huge opportunity there, and Goliath have wrested it back. Nadaro has been on point at the moment. Some of these headshots he's landing are absolutely sick. That was a little bit more regulation for him, but 9-2 now. Goliath Gaming firmly in the driver's seat, the DX Racer.
Yeah, looking pretty comfortable as well, not being tested. The only 2 rounds they lost were the first 2 rounds of the map. So that means they have 1-9 on the trot. Their economy is looking fantastic, probably capable of buying for the rest of the half regardless of the results. And I'd like to see Omnius actually going back to the drawing board here and trying to slow things down a bit. They've been able to get themselves into lows, or rather into secrets a few times. And then they're being shut down there by Mango when they try and work into the B bomb site, but they have successfully gotten themselves through outside and down into secret. So I'd be having another crack at that, just throwing the outside smokes and getting themselves down there, having another go at Mango, maybe trying to flash him off the angle, not pushing through the smokes like they did in the previous occasion. Because when they go straight into the A bomb site with the brute force, it's not looking pretty.
Have a look at chat. I think maybe something's going on with your mic on stream.
Echo.
Echo.
Okay, I'm not sure. Nothing changed my side.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We might have to sort it out. But guess I'll talk for a bit while you poke at things and pretend to fix it. Sip here on ramp, trying to lock things down. He's gonna have...
Hello? Testing.
Been inconvenient if they... What? Sip, come on. Just a little casual one-tap. If that happened to me in matchmaking, I'd be so pissed. Okay, so the fire goes down. That's going to hold them at bay for a little bit longer. And Omnius already getting locked out of this round, potentially. Unless they can find something crazy happening. And there we go. I think he maybe had the sound on the stream on or something. But meanwhile, there's some kills coming in yet. Lately on 1 HP. Gets a kill before he gets taken down. And easy does it, 10-2 here. Round 13 of 999. We've got a long way to go here, Matt.
Yeah, we do have a long way indeed. So everybody, just let me know. You say that the sound is better now, because I didn't even change anything. I just muted my mic and unmuted my mic. So yeah, just confirm for me that it is working. Because when I had this issue last time, I actually had to restart OBS. So I hope that's not going to be the case here once again.
That's not going to happen. There's some spam going on. If this was old Nuke, both players dead.
Yeah.
But, 1.6. I don't mean.
Still a problem with the mic.
Okay, you wanna quickly restart the stream when the round ends? I mean, I can talk for the meantime during this round, and we'll just, pop a quick restart of the stream in between rounds. Meanwhile, Nexus here, hoping to find something. He's spotting out an arm, hoping to find a lucky headshot there, but luck is not on Omnius Gaming's side at the moment, unfortunately. Things looking ominous for Omnius Gaming. And Matt wanted to come in there, but, Echo. Meanwhile, Massacre still winning all the fights, even the fights that he shouldn't win. 9 HP on him now. Players from Omnius Gaming not too healthy, a couple of them, so very committed towards ramp here. They need to find this pick. They are chasing the game, and it's still plenty of time left in this round. There's a kill for Nexus, though. That gives them an opportunity now. Are they going to choose to actually trigger off this one or not?
Alright, well, apparently it's not too bad. I don't know, guys. I've got absolutely no idea what it sounds like, so I'm relying on you to let me know if it's decent enough to listen to until the end of the map, or if it's something I need to restart immediately, if it's getting better or worse. Appreciate the feedback, though. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't last much longer. Mike, you dictate the action.
Well, there we go. A couple kills for Daro, Massacre, and another for Daro, rounding it out nice and easily there. Omnius managed to get all the way to the bomb site, though, so again, some chances for Omnius, but it just seems to be this story of so near yet so far. And everyone's fine with it, so okay, we'll keep going. Matt, you may talk. I'll give you my permission. Talk, Matt. Talk.
Yeah, it's still rip, but it's not bad. Okay, I'm fine with it. Alright, I'm here. I am a bit tilted, to be honest, because these things shouldn't just happen for no reason. Anyway, Omnius are probably quite tilted as well, judging by what they're doing right now. I'd say they're tilted, just straight up looking to take fights against the AWP at range. Not generally advised. And that's why, Mike. What do you know? Miss your smokes, get punished. Well, I guess the smokes landed, but it didn't really deny much.
Yeah, just that just looks like frustration to me. I mean, missing smokes, they were getting them pretty consistently earlier on, so I think at the moment they're just feeling like this isn't their map and they're locked out. Hopefully they do keep the foot on the pedal and maybe get another round as we hit the end of the half. I mean, 12-3 is still something at least. Oh, timing there for BNY. I mean, if he'd found that one, maybe a nice opening for them, especially on Massacre. The guy's been absolutely terrorizing them outside. And jeez, with a Galil at that range against an AWP, he reaps the head of ADM. Chappie on the angle here as well, getting more work done. Finally, something going right for this team. It's a 5v3. There's some low HP, but they got the numbers here. Can they get themselves around? Zip managing to find Nexus. Oh, trades happening all over the place. Trades are plenty, in fact. 3v2 at this point. Vent diving here. They need to probably stick together. Heartbreak on the timing there. Could have maybe actually caught off Zip as he was rotating through heaven there. Bomb going down now.
A bit unfortunate for Mango as well, who rotated out of the B bomb site. Now he's trying to make his way back towards that part of the map. Omnius are set up well though in the post plant. Surely this is a round they're going to be able to drive home. They need it so desperately, considering how this half has gone so far. Zip immediately being taken down there. At least will be traded out by Mango, and he opts for the AK. He's got the kit, he's got a couple flashes and a smoke to work with, but he doesn't really have much time at his disposal. So it's going to have to be a straight up push, get onto the defuse and stick it, but that doesn't work out at all. Obviously gets taken out by Chappie. So 12-3 here. Omnius win the first 2 rounds of the half and the last round of the half and get themselves 3. You think that's enough? Think they can make it happen, Mike? Are you faithful?
What a crazy question. It just does not sound like enough at all. But hey, if this was the previous version of the CSGO nuke, entirely possible. They got this in the bag. I mean, they got 3. That's crazy. But unfortunately, on the current version of nuke, it's actually more of like a 9-6-10-5 kind of match.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. But this is their map
Especially,
pick.
yeah, that's true. This is their map pick, and we've seen some crazy things happen in South African CS, you know, on Nuke. I remember casting that one match. What was it? Sinister 5 versus WRG. I think it was 14-1 at halftime, and WRG switched over to the CT side, and they lost the game 16-14.
Yeah, that was also one of our rare ESEA appearances at some point last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting time because I mean we'd been doing that ESL stuff the whole time, and the playstyle actually you wouldn't think of it. It's remarkably different. So it took a little bit of getting used to because we hadn't done South African stuff for a while. And it was just like, what are these guys doing? And you realize, but you know, different part of the world, different
it was Online
approach
Kingdom.
to the game. Yeah, Online Kingdom.
Not WRG. That's right. Well done, Tian. Look at you.
Look at that
Dropping
guy.
the knowledge bombs. Good guy, Tian. Okay, so yeah, 12-3. It just feels like Goliath have got so much momentum behind them right now, so much confidence, and I don't really see a world in which they spill this opportunity. It was against WRG. I'm pretty sure it was Sinister 5.
Yeah, it was Sinister 5 because I was making fun of Zero Chance like always.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can make fun of Zero Chance for, so you know, it's fun. And the reason I do that actually is because I like him. So
You're like the kid on the playground. Make fun of someone
he's-
because you're attracted to them.
he's married. Don't be like that.
Hey man, soccer has a goalkeeper. Doesn't mean you can't score.
Whoa. Okay. Well. Meanwhile, nothing's happening, so I can't actually change the subject. Let's just stay on that one. Not awkward at all, man.
Yeah, I'm keen to see how the Sinister 5 team works out. Keen to see them in action. I'm gonna cover a couple of their VS matches.
Okay. Well, I'd be keen. Do let us know when that's happening, and definitely check it out because be good information ahead of everything else that we probably got coming up.
Yes.
Coming up, meanwhile, 12-3, Goliath Gaming moving to the T side here in the ESEA semi-final, ESEA South Africa season 33. I almost feel like it could be like season 40 by this point because there's been so many of them. There's what, 3 of them a year, 4 of them a year. So lots of action coming your way this year in South African Counter-Strike. Just the problem is most of it's going to be from home, online.
Hey, at least we got still get something, right? Better than nothing at this point. So have you seen how crazy the online results are in EPL? My goodness.
Yeah, it's madness. At least in esports we can still keep going.
Exactly.
Regular sports, it's done. So
Yeah.
yeah, now's our time to shine, boys.
Esports prevails once again. We are the master race. Heartbreak.
Yeah, that's a little worrying, Matt. I mean,
Hey man,
some crazy ideology there. Meanwhile, I'm gonna keep saying meanwhile because why not? Adara manages to slip down like
yeah.
that.
How are they actually?
Slippery
How do they
fellow
have
is.
so much control right now? Are Omnius at all aware that
I don't think they are.
Goliath have actually got control of the B bomb sites and the bomb
That's
is
got
there
to
as
tell
well?
them though. That's the lurk. So
Yeah.
that must have told them.
And they're going to be hearing the door opening up. So free bomb launch off for Goliath, even though they are at a numbers deficiency, they are in a good position. And Massacre takes on BNY. Very nice peek from him, well timed, taking down the player, rotating across. Mango dispatching of lately, and he's still in a nice position to continue to capitalize as the CTKs push forward. What a transfer there from Heartbreak. Nice shot taking down Mango, and he continues to contest here, tapping away. He's going to take down Mango. Great patience on display there from Heartbreak. A little bit callous out of Goliath there to constantly be taking the fights and swinging out one by one. Not at all necessary. Could have just sat back and waited, forced him to push onto the bomb. But when you're 12-3 up and you're as confident as they are, probably not going to be the option that they take.
Yeah, Omnius, they had a chance. Really am impressed with Heartbreak. I mean, doesn't actually have that many kills, but the kills that he's finding,
Yeah.
some style.
So they do go for the save here. At least 3 of the 5 players are saving in this round for Omnius Gaming. Always a bit of a sign of frustration when you see different plans from the players in these sorts of rounds. Generally
Yeah,
a
pretty
telltale
likely.
sign. And you can see that there's a bit of a plan here from Goliath as they take outside default, making their way forward, taking the map control. We didn't see nearly any of this at all out of Omnius Gaming, working their way, wrapping through CT, jumping up into heaven from behind, putting pressure on the ramp player from behind.
Yeah, they took a lot of real estate outside, but they didn't exploit it very much. So
Yeah.
Well, BNY, they're covered off by Mango, just acting as the rear guard there. The tail gunner, if you like.
Thanks to Etienne van der Westhuizen for the sub. Appreciate everybody else who does so as well. Goliath Gaming taking control of the A bomb site, meticulously clearing out all of their corners, making sure that there aren't any surprises to be found. So yeah, I'm really excited by the prospect of this Goliath team with Adam at the helm.
I think it's what they've needed. They've not had a consistent in-game leader that has some sort of history at that, except for obviously when they had Detrony, and until they had Detrony, they weren't really winning anything. So I think that kind of clearly demonstrates that with all the fragging they had, and they still have, they needed someone who's actually going to exploit the resources rather than them just being sort of puggy like they were for a very long time.
I wonder how different the leadership style is between Adam and Detrony. I think both of them have a very good understanding of the game. And I think there's probably quite a large technical element from both of them, while also using the strengths of the individuals in the team. So understanding that the firepower and the fragging ability of the individuals is their core strength. So trying to enable them through the structure of the team is probably, the best way to go about the business.
Yeah, as you say, I'm excited to see what ADM can do with this. Omnius Gaming, with the buy-in, unfortunately, but disjointed because of that previous round where some of them invested a little bit too much. So this is pretty much their final opportunity. If they don't win this one, they're going to get squeezed out of this game. So let's hope they can do something. Goliath actually getting a ton of real estate outside, and they're going to be getting down secret pretty much unopposed. Yeah. And considering the weapons and the utility resources here for Omnius Gaming, this is a bad sign.
Yeah, Chappie's in a fairly precarious position right now. He's the man who's been tasked with trying to lock down this B bomb site by himself.
You're losing
right
a few
now
words from you there, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, cutting you off a little bit. I don't know why.
Not sure what's happening. Just seems to be everything going wrong at once.
It's okay, Matt. It'll all be fine. Jeez, I think Omnius have no idea what's going on yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they believe everything will be fine at this point, Mike. I think they may be adopting a slightly different mentality at this point. 5 versus 3, their players are dropping. Finally, Heartbreak will get a frag in response. Plant's still going to be found though by the Goliath, so the retake is going to have to be a thing. They've got no kits and they only have 1 smoke remaining.
Oh, timing there.
Yeah, dropping down into Massacre. You're pretty much dead to rights as the player dropping down the vents in those situations. Actually, quite a bit of damage has been done here by both Heartbreak and Lately as they try and make themselves onto the B bomb side. It's left on Heartbreak in the 1v2. He's got full health to work with. He is able to find the first frag. Oh, he nearly sprays Adaro down. He's going to take the aggressive option, but he doesn't expect Adaro to be waiting in the corner. Good patience there from the young man as he finds his 22nd frag. He's 22 and 6 at the moment, Mike.
Jeez, he is on a tear. And jeez, and Heartbreak actually did the right thing in that situation. If he'd realized he was behind the door, I mean, I almost thought he did realize with the way he was spraying there. But
yeah.
Oh, if he'd gotten that, that would have been a nice highlight. But unfortunately, it's not to be an Adaro. The man is just shutting them down. Wiping the floor with them a little bit at the moment. Omnius suffering. And I think for them, they were really thrown by how long they had to wait for Chappie. I don't even know if Chappie's running at full FPS either. And that's super disruptive when one of your senior players is suffering like that. So I think they got some mitigating circumstances here. But it's still not been the kind of performance they would have liked, even despite that. Geez, the adjustment from Massacre.
Yeah, really clean stuff coming out of him. Love to see Goliath just playing to their strengths here, being flamboyant in their approach. You can see they're just moving around with a 3-man hit squad. Imagine Zip Zip, Massacre, and Adaro just running at you like this. The lonesome outside player, that's going to be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, if they had a bit more rounds, in the bag, Omnius could maybe adjust to that, but they're not going to get the chance, unfortunately. 5 versus 3 at this point, and the weapons heavily skewed towards Goliath Gaming. So you gotta feel this one's done. And ADM, the turret planted.
What is this man's game sense though? Like, why is he waiting for a second player? There's nothing else for him to do, I suppose, because his teammates are taking outside. They're pushing into heaven. There's only one position he needs to be aware of. I mean, can you imagine how gut punched Heartbreak must have felt being the second player to come out? You never expect the T player to still be waiting.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, but Adam, again, preternatural game sense, as you said. So that's a pretty easy one for Goliath Gaming in the end. We had to wait for a little bit, and sorry about that, guys. But sometimes the ESEA client. We will be heading over to it's Inferno next.
Yeah, Inferno is the next map pick indeed, guys. So I'm just gonna go back and listen to the audio of the stream, see exactly how the mic is sounding. If it is terrible or not up to scratch, I will just be restarting the stream to resolve that. If it's fine, I'm gonna leave it running. Guys, don't go anywhere though, because there is a second map coming up. It is Inferno, and if you're in the mood to see a masterclass on the map, well then you're definitely going to be wanting to catch Goliath. We'll check you guys in a couple of minutes.
The story of a man who is more machine than man, a man who is at odds with himself and others around him, the man, the machine, an attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish, but that dream will never live in reality.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the ESEA semi-final between Omnius Gaming and Goliath Gaming. We just saw a Goliath Gaming domination on Nuke. They won the map 16-3, and they now are one map win away from booking themselves a spot in the grand final against Big 5. I'm joined by Extremes, and we're straight into the action.
Yeah, it is pistol round, and it is Inferno. Goliath Gaming always very good on this map. And as you said, maybe we'll see a masterclass on you. Omnius do have the opportunity to strike back and potentially take it to a third map. You'd think they would have had lots of prep on you, lots of matches. It is probably the most played map. So, yeah, I expect to see a better show out of them on this one. And let's hope they can do that on CT side. Yeah, Goliath Gaming up towards the top of Banana. They'll be throwing the utility in and executing. And talking about executing.
Oh, we get a second? Oh, jinx.
Yeah.
Great stuff there by Nexus. He did his team a solid service by finding 2 frags before he went down, setting his team up in a decent position to try and make the retake happen. One player, that's Heartbreak, coming up from Banana, while the rest of them make their way from CT, splitting through Church and CT itself. And they're going to be trading frags back and forth as they start to make their way forward, but Mango goes one further as he takes down Chappie as well, leaving Heartbreak in a fairly unwinnable situation. As I say that, he actually takes down Adam, and he knows where Mango is, but he just doesn't have a kit to work with, so he goes for the fake, but it's just going to lead him to his demise. The mic again. Oh no.
No, look at the chat. I actually, just before you went live, I sent you the information on what you need to do. So,
okay.
You didn't read it.
I didn't.
Look at our chat quickly. Meanwhile, I'll talk for a bit while you have a look at that. Goliath Gaming with a very good start there, and Mango getting the lion's share of the frags, triple kill in the pistol round. So young, yet so good at this game, and so many young prodigies in this Goliath Gaming team. You could look at guys like Idara and Massacre as that as well. ADM's also been that at points in the past. These guys are all still ridiculously young, so they can do this for a long time to come. Omnius Gaming, on the other hand, also some young players, yeah, some exciting talents and some experience on their side too. They've opted for the force buy, and this can work on this map, but you probably need to get aggressive and not actually sit in the default in the way that they've been doing. It does kind of minimize your chances of success and make it a little bit difficult for those for that expenditure on the weapons to actually work for you. They went for a 3-stack over on B, and of course it's all the action towards A.
Alright guys, I've tried to make a change. Just let me know if the mic issue is fixed, please. As you said, the force buy coming through for Omnius, and they need to try and keep Goliath at bay for as long as possible. Unfortunately, they don't really have much util remaining to aid their cause. Nexus over at the B bomb site has another job to do here, and he's going to be able to find the first pick with the Desert Eagle. Unfortunately, not able to swing out and find the second.
So, tell us guys, is the mic fixed? Sound off. Is it fixed? Isn't it fixed? We need to know. This is important information. Oh,
the
there's BNY
meantime-
getting some important information as well, but they don't know that Mango is lying in wait.
Yeah, he was just pretty much the insurance for Goliath Gaming, making sure that no matter what happened towards middle, Goliath were still going to be in a decent position. Mic
There
is
we go,
fixed.
the mic is fixed. Thank you, appreciate that, guys. And that is the bomb going down. Chappie here, man alone, doesn't know how close he was to death there, but he'll be looking to maybe find himself an exit frag or something out of this, because a Mac 10 really isn't a very good result of picking up a kill, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if he
He's
could...
going down, yeah.
If
What?
Oh no. Alright, he's
thought
gonna
he
at
didn't
least
see him.
secure the kill. He wants the knife
No,
so
come on, look
badly.
at
He's
this.
gonna die from behind. Oh man.
Oh, that was comedy. That was like one of those old comedy movies where they're running around a door. Or something. Yeah, pretty much. Comedy errors. 2-0 there for Goliath Gaming. Nice and clean in general. Omnius Gaming going to be on the save, yeah. We won't see an AWP. I mean, 2850 isn't really enough for Nexus to drop one, is it?
No, they'll only be getting the 1,900 after this round loss. Or is it they're up to 2,300 now? 2,900? I gotta check my maths.
Oh, he can't
Nexus.
with armor anyway, so...
Yeah, at least, don't think so. I've lost all confidence now in my maths, so I'm
Definitely can't, I promise you. I shouldn't have asked you the question, I knew the answer already.
You bastard.
Oh, okay, again, duked by CSGO nades.
Yeah, not the first time, won't be the last time either. BNY now just trying to keep tabs towards the top and middle, but this is a mere formality. Goliath with 4 players going to be taking the control.
I think he does it for Massacre, but he actually gets punished there by Lately. Wasn't expecting a second player to be close by, but as you say, all of formality, Goliath Gaming got this one on lock. Not the best smoke, but it's not going to cost them, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Heartbreak's in a fairly decent position right now to try and pounce and catch somebody off guard, but he's biding his time. In the meantime, Adam is caught lately completely off guard. He wasn't at all expecting one of the T's to be in second middle. I wonder how many gears Goliath are going to have to shift into here on Inferno if they can just sort of cruise through using their defaults, taking control, finding the bomb plants and closing out the rounds, or if they're going to have to try and be a little bit more innovative in their approach. Heartbreak doesn't have a kit, unfortunately. Oh no. And he's missed a bunch of shots. He's done some damage to Zip, but I don't think that's going to be changing things too much.
No, I think this next round will be pretty telling for us. We'll be able to see what they can do, and actually Nexus could drop one if he so chooses. I think he got a kill, didn't he? So there we go. Actually does pick up the AWP for himself. So that'll also be something I'd be keen to see. I mean, when we do see the AWP come out on Goliath Gaming, the AWP battle will be interesting, yeah. But yeah, in the first buy round, Omnius are going to have to hit back. Going to tell us a lot about how this half might go.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a good opportunity for them to actually put up a bit of a resistance here on the CT side. Double nade's going to come through, and Nexus is going to spot them in time to evade them for the most parts, at least.
Matt, move your mic a little bit closer, because like we're losing a couple
I think
of,
I was checking on
there.
the stream though. It's actually only on Discord that is being lost at least.
Okay,
so
well,
it should
to me,
be.
you sound like you're speaking some kind of weird language because I'm missing half of the words.
I am most of the time speaking my own language, but yeah, I'll try to keep it understandable. Lately, taking some action here towards the apartment, so it seems like it's fairly stock standard from Goliath right now. After they've taken banana control, they're taking top middle control, leaving the bomb at the bottom of middle, and basically keeping their options available.
It's kind of weird how Heartbreak actually walked across the line of sight there of Mango, considering the call must have come out that Mango had been dinked in apartments, but you know, I guess maybe that information not getting across, and that would have been bad had he gone down, you know, for free against the player who's already low. But we're going to see the side tech attempt coming in, yeah. Timely smoke out of Nexus, actually. That might actually halt Goliath a little bit, yeah. Or they're just going to push it.
Seems like they're going to be committing through the smoke. They've got a bunch of flashes to work with, and they don't want to leave the round too late. Molly actually going to force Chappie out of position. Been able to reposition himself just in time before the players start to arrive, but he's just going to get sprayed down. He's done so much damage, though. 4 of the 5 players very low here for Goliath Gaming. Of course, Omnius won't be exactly aware of how much damage has been done.
Come on, somebody died
even
from
Massacre
Goliath.
has been brought down to 47 health now, so every single Goliath player is alive, but all of them are below half health. And it seems like Omnius are going to go for the save. My word, that's so unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, they're not the healthiest team either right now, but if they knew how low these Goliath players were, they would definitely be going for the retake.
My kingdom for a frag grenade at this point.
Jeez, hey, I mean, you could finish them all off with a well-placed nade if they were in close proximity to one another. Anyway, Goliath Gaming march on. At least.
Did you see that little detail there where Zips like trying to drop his AK over to ADM, and ADM's like, no, I'm low too.
No,
like, Zips is like looking around, who can you give the gun to? It's like, nope, nobody.
Jeez, that's hilarious. Not often you see somebody declining an AK. 4-0 here. At least for Omnius, they do keep 4 of their 5 players alive, right? Which means that heading into this round, it's pretty much going to be another full buy for them to work with. So they can try and get themselves on the board this time round. But lose this, they're down 5-0 on an eco. And the half is starting to get away from them, especially considering they're on the CT side. And we might actually be seeing a shift of pace here from Goliath Gaming to push through the fire straight up middle. And BNY is going to be welcoming them with open arms. Slightly unnecessary there from Goliath, but in the end they are able to at least trade out one lately, looking to get in on the action as well. He's going to be able to find one before he goes down, which means Heartbreak's the only player on the A bomb site. But with so much time left on the clock, there are plenty options available for Goliath. And it seems like right now,
posted up, so they're gonna know.
Yeah, Adaro is the focal point, and he hasn't spotted Heartbreak just yet. He will actually, but Chappie's able to take him down. So Mango left in the 1 versus 2 clutch situation. Looks like he wants to be proactive, and he is going to take down Chappie before he commits to the bomb plant. Good decision making there from him. And that leaves Nexus in the 1v1. Not ideal at all because he has the AWP in hand. If he does decide to trade out the weapon, he's going to give his position away. No kit either, so he needs to find this frag with decent time to spare. And he does actually connect, but it's through the box. Maybe he can go through with the pistol here. And he does. He has the USP in hand up close now. Mango has the superior weapon, and he's going to be able to land the shots as well. The young man completes the 1 versus 2 and gets Goliath's 5th round on the board.
Ooh, okay. Well, that was super close. Chappie probably needed to wait for his teammate to actually rotate over there and not take the fight with Mango. That's exactly what Mango wanted. He wants those 1v1. Such a skilled player individually, and I mean, he's yet to die. He's immortal at this stage. Why would you want to fight him, man?
No. Oh no, look at this buy from Omnius again. It's wishy-washy. Nexus was on 3,400. Everybody else had enough money to buy, and then with 1 second left before the round started, Nexus fully bought, and it just feels like that wasn't the original game plan. Chappie, the other player who fully invested, has already gone down as well. So things going from bad to worse here in the early stages of this map. For Omnius, at least Nexus does put the MP9 to good use, finding a frag, and that's going to give him a bit of money to take into the next round at least. So with his round loss bonus, he should be alright to buy in the next round. Not going to be having much to say further this time.
You don't really want your AWP to be the one misbuying in that way. See a couple of trades coming over towards apps there. Lately in a good position. Probably been spotted here, but still gets the kill anyway.
Yeah, 5-7, hashtag underrated. Remember, it's got that 1 bullet kill potential if you're close enough and you land the headshot.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Black Poison was always one of the few players who'd always pull that out back in the day.
Yeah, it's religiously always use the gun, right?
Such a good sidearm as an AWP though, because it has that fire rate and the mobility. So yeah, I can see why you'd use it when it takes so long to basically assemble the Meccano set. That is it's easy. Dara, did he see him?
Oh man, it's such good awareness from him, just being cognizant of the fact that lately he's probably going to peek out after he hears the audio cues of the T players pushing towards the A bomb site, almost baiting him out there. 2 versus 1 here, yeah, Heartbreak in the
landed up that time.
And it seems like Heartbreak's actually just going to be looking to take this AK into the next round. Good decision considering that 2 of his teammates are fairly low in the economic department.
Yeah, I think Omnius Gaming are getting a little bit ahead of themselves at times. Yeah, we've seen that these disjointed buys come out a couple times on the previous map, and it does put you in a little bit of a tough spot. It's the kind of thing you expect to see from sort of newer teams, but again, they're relatively new to this sort of occasion. You know, they haven't played in a lot of or any playoffs as this team. Of course, the players within the team have
Yeah.
experience, but it's a bunch of younger guys as well, and I think they need to just calm down a little bit and play their game, because at the moment they're getting sort of moved around at Goliath's whim. They're not really dictating the pace of the game at all.
Yeah, potentially getting a bit flustered and allowing some frustration to creep in. We're going to be seeing the double or ploy coming through now for the CT side. Maybe this is the solution. Actually just try and get some early frags in the round and keep Goliath at bay. Not allow them to move around the map so freely and take the control as they are. No AWP for Goliath, and that's fairly stock standard for the T side of Inferno. Doesn't really lend itself to an AWP. There's not much space to work with.
A nice thing for them as well is all of their players are good enough to pull out the AWP if they want to. I mean, I've literally seen all of these players actually use the weapon at times, and all of them are very competent riflers. So, you're not in that situation where you have a guy who's a specialist AWPer who can't really, hang with the rifle. They can be a mobile team if they want to.
Yeah.
They can have double AWPs if they want to. They needed that kill. Jeez. Everyone was flashed there.
Omnius going with the 4-1 split here with 4 players towards the A bomb site. And looking like they're putting some significance on trying to defend this middle part of the map. Nice spray there through the smoke. Chaffee just connects on a couple of bullets, and that's going to be enough to take down Zipzip.
We spotted him, sure.
Yeah, he did.
The freebie.
Mango just stepping out off the angle there, and it seems like Goliath are going to continue to persist with the A bomb site here. Heartbreak not going to be actually able to escape. Should be taken down here by ADM, who will dispatch of him with a nice one tap, and that actually opens up a bit of space towards N2. Massacre can't find the frag. If he got that kill, Goliath all of a sudden are looking so much better here in the round, and BNY actually just going to dance around the pillar, and he finds the kill. So finally, Omnius, they get themselves on the board. They maintain their double AWP setup as well, so that's going to be a good advantage for them from an economic standpoint, and they find a bit of confidence off the back of that round win.
That's exactly what they needed. I'm glad to see them on the board here. Let's hope that they can get a few back-to-back and start to build themselves a little bit of an innings, to use a cricket term. 6-1 at the moment. And they've got an SG, which basically means that the CTs are now invincible.
Jeez, this gun's a nightmare. I don't think Inferno is as bad as some of the other maps. But it can be nasty, especially the angles that you can take on the B-bomb site with that gun can be crazy. Right now, though, it's lately on the angle with the AWP, and I like to see that. He is by nature an aggressive player, so good to see him sticking to his guns there, looking to take some early fights.
Very nice work, and I'm glad to see the AWPs coming into it here. Now Goliath Gaming going to have to pull a frag back here and look to move off of that.
Seems like they
got 3 players on A.
Yeah, so Goliath going towards the A bomb site here once again, even though they lost the previous round, and Omnius expecting them potentially to go towards B after that. So that's why they've continued with 2 players over on that side of the map. And that means that Goliath do actually have a numbers advantage here over at A. That's a pretty big flashbang. Another one's going to be coming through here, but it's just too deep, which means Mango's unaffected, and he just swings out, takes down BNY as well. I think he's spotted lately on the angle. ADM's going to be the player to find the frag anyway. And that is the round set and done. Goliath Gaming with a fantastic execute onto the A bomb site. Mango doing his job.
I'm a little surprised with the way Omnius was sitting with the 3-2 split there. And they're going to lose probably all the players, if Nexus doesn't get out of dodge. And actually, he's being hunted.
Yeah.
He might survive this. But as I was saying, the 3-2 split, I don't know why they would do that when you've gotten an AWP towards B. And they had banana control early round. All they needed to do was post the AWP up, rotate the additional player over. And they'd have a bit more resources over on that A site. Nexus doesn't take anything through there.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit of lack of experience there for Omnius.
They still have enough money to muster up another buy here, but this half is getting away from them very quickly. And Goliath Gaming aren't doing anything too special so far on their T side. It's been fairly stock standard, just using the default to its full effect.
Yeah, I'd hope to see a little bit more competition out of Omnius on this one.
Oh, Adam.
They get that early kill. Adam. Jeez, he's so lucky.
That's just like South African CS in a nutshell right there. Just molly top banana, run up, challenge the AWP. Boom. And
nice reply.
Yeah, nice reply, 1-for-1 trade. They should actually favor the T side, although it seems like Omnius are going to continue with 3 players over at the A bomb side, which is generally the number of defenders you have anyway. Oh man, Mango with the game sense. I'm not sure if he had an audio cue there or something, but he was fully prepared for BNY to be on top of the windowsill or the ledge.
Think he's a Black Bars player or a 69 player? Yeah, 16-9.
69 player?
69. I don't know. I think he's too young for that.
I'd expect as much, but hey.
Don't know, man. The man's a baller. You never know.
Yeah. Start young, that's what I say. Get the experience nice and early. Nexus, well, he's going to have to land some magical shots through the smoke, which is just not happening, unfortunately. Goliath going to assume control of the B-bomb site, so let's retake territory now for Omnius, and unfortunately Nexus isn't able to connect on the flick shot, which means Chappie is now left in the 1 versus 3. No kit to work with. Doesn't seem like...
Yeah, play the music.
Yeah, doesn't seem like Goliath are completely aware of his position, but I'll go with the music anyway.
Yeah, I think I must have heard. Okay, we're not good at that. We're gonna abandon that.
What do you mean? I thought that was a pretty solid rendition. I mean, we only lost
real
like
musician here.
only lost like 10 viewers when I started, but hey, hashtag worth.
Yeah, definitely. Goliath Gaming now winning the half 8-1, and they're taking this one out of Cantor so far. Omnius have had some great opportunities, have just not been able to capitalize. And I think for them, you know, being here at all is a good thing. It's a good way to start their season. They can build from this. They can still go further, and they can still get better. So
it's all about expectation. And I'll get a little bit more into that if we have some more time, because it looks like we're going to be having some action momentarily. Aggression coming through from the CT, trying to throw the T side off balance here, but Adaro and Mango in position to shut down the shenanigans. Lately, nearly able to adjust in time there to contest Adaro. Now it's just heartbreak with the scout. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, it's all about expectation and goals. Because if you go in with the unrealistic expectation, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. If you go into this game saying, hey, you know, we can do this, we're going to thrash them, you know, trying to be all cocky and confident and use that. Oh no, don't knife him. Oh god. I'm going to... Oh no. I missed it, Mike. Oh man.
Why did you miss it? Why did you miss it, Matt? You had one job, man.
I was on Lately's POV and I tried to switch to Zip and I thought he was number 8, but he was number 0. So we went to Adaro. Anyway.
And you're like, Adaro's looking at the wall.
Yeah, he's looking at the B-bomb side, nice and chill. Oh god, apologies guys. Anyway, just to finish off what I was saying, I think if Omnius go into this with the mentality that they're going to try and come away and learn something and grow as a team, then that's something realistic that they can walk away from and actually grow from this experience. So yeah, need to always make sure that you're either winning or learning.
Yes, indeed. Always do take it as a learning experience. And yeah, I think a lot of teams could learn from that sort of attitude. 9-1, yeah. Goliath Gaming. Well, I think we're learning they're pretty good at Counter-Strike at this point, but I think we knew that.
Yeah.
It was all about how is this team going to perform with a little bit more time, and obviously they were playing with a stand in Dubai and on 200 pings. You can't really take too much out of that in terms of how good they might be or might not be. Locally, I think they're going to be a real force this season.
Yeah, definitely.
And through the smoke they go.
Good luck, Nexus. That's all I can say. He connects on the first, but there's still 3 players here, and he's just going to get pelted by bullets.
Jeez, Chappie taking a hail of bullets there. Somehow still alive with 15 HP.
Yeah.
Probably going to go down now. What?
Somehow actually takes down Adam. So I wonder if that's enough to convince Omnius to go for the retake. Doesn't look like BNY wants too much to do with it unless he's convinced that the flank is going to be coming through, but it's not the case. Cool to see how much support Omnius gets in chat though.
Yeah, that's
Frozen and Demonics, even their parent channel as well making an appearance, so that's always nice.
Yeah, I think it's cool. They got some really cool looking merch. It does seem like the org is very excited to support their teams and their players in all the different esports.
They're proud.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you want to see a proud org, right?
Yes, you do.
And this is a solid unit that they have, a solid squad. I think there's a lot of potential with these individuals. They're struggling here this evening, but going up against the likes of Goliath is always going to be a difficult challenge. And they have another buy round, but this game is already in dire straits. 10-1. Lose this round, no money in the bank.
I wish he was paying us, actually. I mean, I might send him an invoice anyway, just, you know,
Or
see
change
if
of
I can
pace.
get away with it.
Heartbreak looking to get aggressive as he pushes through the smoke, and he's actually going to be able to find one on Nadaro, but he doesn't expect Massacre to be in such close proximity. However, as the dust settles, it's actually Omnius Gaming who walk away from the encounter with the advantage, 1-man advantage to be precise, but there's still so much time left on the clock here, which means Goliath have got so many options available. Both of the players have grouped up, and it seems like they're going to be potentially faking towards the B bomb side as they smoke off CT, and Zip is going to continue to try and sell this one, but Omnius haven't completely taken it hook, line, and sinker. There is still BNY over on the opposite side of the map, and that means that Goliath have also expended all of their utility. So wherever they go from here, it's going to be a dry push.
Yes, indeed. Goliath did actually, I think, maybe use a bit too much of the util there. They probably needed to keep a smoke to actually enable themselves to get in here. So, oh wait, there's a free smoke lying on the ground. Look at that.
Not only that, but now because they've taken so long, Omnius have actually rotated the second player across, and Lately is the only man over at the B bomb site right now, and they do put that smoke to use. Do they expect the boost? However, Adam is able to trade it out. So 1 versus 2, very doable for him, especially since he has enough time to reposition himself here in the post plant. Try and isolate these two players and take 2 1 versus 1s. He does remove Chappie from the equation. At least BNY now does have a bit of information, but Adam has relocated and nearly catches BNY off guard, but he's going to go down, and that means that Omnius are going to be doubling up their round count.
Well, finally for Omnius, something goes right, and it almost looked like ADM was actually going to clutch that one out, which would have been heartbreaking for the Omnius boys. They need some encouragement, yeah. They need your energy, guys, because they need to get some rounds on the board.
Yeah.
If they can win the remaining rounds in the half, you know, they can at least make it a little bit more competitive heading over to the T side. So let's hope they can get a little bit more out of this one.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody who's joined us so far this evening. Having you know, between 35 and 40 people watching is some solid numbers for just some casual ESEACS. So it's been great to have everyone. Thanks for joining us, guys.
What you talking about, Matt? Those are rookie numbers. Come on.
Mike, I've streamed to 2 or 3 people, with one of them being my mom when I started doing this gig. So 35 to 40 is decent.
Thank you for joining us, guys. I'm definitely not disparaging you in any way. Appreciate you guys being here to watch some South African Counter-Strike. We're just doing this for fun, and we hope you guys are having fun too.
Yep.
Massacre having to dance a little bit.
Oh, he's got the skill.
Fun.
Oh, never mind. Chappie was ready for the aggression, actually, preempting that. And that's going to be gaining an early advantage here for Omnius. Seems like Goliath are going to continue to persist with the B-bomb site. In fact, they're going to push straight through the smoke, and Chappie is in the perfect position to shut this one down, though. He's actually only going to be good for the 1 frag. Can we please get off of the corpse? Yes, we can. And it's actually going to be a mop-up by Nexus, who finds himself a triple kill. Omnius starting to find a bit of momentum here, perhaps, in the latter stages of the half.
We look at that round and some of the rounds that they won over on Nuke, when it got into those sort of chaotic fights where it's just a sort of a straight fight between the players. I mean, Omnius Gaming players can hang. They certainly can. It's just that the superior coordination from Goliath Gaming has been what's finding them those more favorable battles. And if Omnius get in their faces a little bit more here, like they just did there, they can get a bit more out of this.
Seems like Nexus are going to be looking to get aggressive here, just like you said, Mike. Get in their faces. Don't show them as much respect. We're actually seeing a bit of a contest here in Banana, which has been, I think, almost free real estate for Goliath throughout the half. So
pull the trigger, Nexus, please.
A nice change up here. Smokes could be a little bit deeper, I think. In fact, there's a bit of a gap there, and Massacre's trying to exploit that, but it's going to lead to his demise as he gets spotted out by Chappie. So that skirmish towards Banana favors Omnius completely as they walk away with a 2-man advantage. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. Smoke gives a bit of cover to the T side. Anyway, in the end, there's still going to be 4 players over at this A bomb side for Omnius, and Heartbreak's going to find the first kill. Chappie was there setting up the crossfire, which allows him to find the second, and now it's Mango in the clutch. 3 players on the side for him to deal with immediately, and he takes a big amount of damage from the fire. He knows that Lately's in the corner, and Lately actually doesn't have any support right now, so he's fairly isolated.
They need to come over.
I'm not sure. In fact, they've actually allowed Mango to find a frag. Still, though, he has been brought down to 18, and with Heartbreak on the angle, you expect that he's going to be able to find this kill. He does get flashed, but he peeks out regardless. and he gets the kill. So that's a third consecutive round now for Omnius.
Yeah, nice work from them. And like I was saying, when they actually get aggressive and they fight Goliath, they can hang. They got some fragging power. They just need to bring it into the game a little bit more. And maybe it's also just being a bit overawed by the occasion and who they're playing against, and in the sense of maybe allowing Goliath Gaming a bit too much space. Again, we speculate. We got no idea. We're just casting the game, but that's what it looks like at least. No idea what's going on in the team.
Yeah, we can speculate. We can make assumptions based off of what we see, but that's all it is.
Yep.
Last round of the half. That's generally how I go about my work, my job, guesswork.
Indeed. Meanwhile, I don't think Goliath Gaming are guessing about what they're doing. Yeah, they know their way around Inferno, and they're going to be moving up towards A, taking some control. 3 players waiting for them. Massacre, can he find the entry? Of course he can. He's Massacre.
And that's the A bomb site now firmly in the control. Actually, I didn't even spot lately. Sitting in the corner, he's going to be able to net 1 kill, but that's all it's going to be in the round, and that's pretty much round set match. Welcome, Calvin. Good to see you, bro. This is, first map was 16-3. And that was Nuke as well. Dominated by Goliath.
It does seem to be a little bit of a trend here when Goliath get the bomb down. Omnius try to push the smokes, try to fight them for it, instead of regrouping and going for a coordinated retake. And it's something that's happened quite often here. And unfortunately, they just didn't seem to pick up on and adjust on that one.
Seems like there could be slightly more coordination in the retake, perhaps. It's important, like you said, to make sure everybody is in position before anybody starts moving. Something that you actually...
get a retake on and some other...
That's true. I feel like, it's something that often gets overlooked in teams when it comes to practicing is how much emphasis they put on their retakes. And you can really see a team who works hard on their retakes by the way that they have certain fundamentals and protocols. It doesn't really matter which map they're on. You can see everybody is patient in their approach, and you can see that there's a calm line of communication as to how they're going to go about making the retake happen. Who's going to be flashing, who's going to be peeking first, who's going to be coming in after taking that first point of contention. So lots of important aspects that need to flow naturally and organically. You can't really be setting those things up and micromanaging everybody in the situation. Anyway, 11-4 here as we head into the second half, and we're going to have an early kill as Zipzip gets dispatched off. He was just looking for some information, and he loses his head as a result. Mango needs to get out of here as well. It seems like Omnius are just going to stream straight onto the say bomb site. They need to be careful though, as there is a couple of the Goliath players in position. Adam struggling to hit the shots. Eventually he does land one, but he gets rounded on. That means Massacre's left in the 1 versus 3 clutch.
Heartbreak should get this one, and he does, and there's a round on the board for Omnius. They win the pistol round. That's actually the second pistol they've won in the series.
No.
What?
No, you're right. I'm just saying, like, oh no, as in, that's 2 of the 8 rounds they've won.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, oh no, the stream broke or something.
No, gotta be positive here. Things are still running smoothly as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, well, Omnius there with the round on the board. That's the ideal start for them. And this is a map that you can win off the T side as well if you know what you're on about. And I'm sure Omnius do. So it's going to be a tough one for them. They've got a long way to go, but got to take this piece by piece and be patient.
Yeah, going against the force buy, anything can happen. I'm a big fan of the force buy on the CT side of Inferno, and you can see that Goliath are trying to be proactive in their approach right now with the flashbangs. Zadara getting aggressive is actually going to be able to take down Nexus, who was still blind. Feels like he was blind forever in that occasion, and still another smoke has been picked up. So Goliath have gotten themselves into a fairly decent position, especially considering Chappie's only on 19 health. Going to be dropping another smoke. It's all about using the utility reactively in these situations when you force boards on the CT side. You want to try and keep the T side at bay for as long as you possibly can to try and force them to execute when there's only like 20 seconds left on the clock, which means it's going to be fairly chaotic, and that's where the pistols and armor can thrive. Still some util at the disposal here for Goliath, but they're going to have
I thought
to...
Chappie was maybe that one.
Only doing 2 points of damage in the end. The Scout's going to have to connect on a few shots here from Adam.
We know he can do it as well, and they are pretty much walking into the funnel that's been created here. Goliath Gaming not really having to do too much to convince Omnius Gaming to push on them. Actually, never mind. The split comes in. That's a good call. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Goliath Gaming certainly didn't see that one coming. They thought that they were in a great position considering they had 3 players on the A-bomb site. in the end, they they get left hanging.
Being nice and thorough here as well, just clearing the bomb site, and they left themselves very little time.
Yeah.
So, oh, it could have gone wrong, but thankfully it goes very right for Omnius Gaming, and it looks like we might actually have a game on our hands here, guys.
Yeah, getting off to a solid start on the T side and continuing the momentum which they started to build on in at the end of that first half. So that the first buy round is going to be really important, right? To see how valid this comeback is. Of course, it's going to be an eco for Goliath in the next round. Important for Omnius to keep patient though, because we've seen things get slightly chaotic in these sort of situations so far in the series. And when you are trying to make a comeback against a team like Goliath and you are a map down and it is a semi-final, you absolutely cannot afford to lose your anti-ecos. So it's all about approaching them patiently, getting the information required, not taking any early fights, not leaving any players isolated. And nobody being overzealous, right? Because that's normally what ends up leads to a team losing an anti-eco, is where one player makes a mistake, drops a weapon, opens up a part of the map, and that's where it starts to unravel. But if all 5 players do what's basically required of them, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, just do the basics. Something that surprisingly doesn't always happen. So, you know, you'd think it would, but you know, I guess again, in the moment, in the occasion, it's easy to overlook a corner or make a little mistake. We've got 3 players setting up a potential sort of firing squad here for the USPs on B. Don't know how well it's going to work, but they are actually about to receive some gesture from Omnius Gaming. It looks like Omnius Gaming are pretty committed to going this way.
Yeah, let's see how this works out. I don't think the USPs have got too much of a chance, although they're going to be able to tap down lately at the bare minimum. Goliath
You're
also...
talking about the chaos. The chaos is happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
They're
sure.
They're going to push the smoke. Surely
yeah, Flashbang comes through and completely blinded up. Nexus is just going to spray away. And he connects on a frag, able to take down Massacre as well.
Well, this is getting a little worrying here for Omnius Gaming. They're against just pistols. I mean, they were mostly USPs to start with there. And it's actually a 3v3. We've got Deagles and armor. So this is still doable for Goliath Gaming.
Yeah, not looking too likely after that frag from Heartbreak. Especially considering they know that the remaining 2 players are definitely going to be coming from Church and CT, and Nexus is on a bit of a tear right now, just racking up some extra money. He's going to be able to get the quad kill
that
as
was
well.
ballsy.
Yeah, that was ballsy.
Runs around the corner into the hail of gunfire from both players there and doesn't take a bullet.
That's what the Mac 10 does to someone, Mike. It basically possesses you, and you can't let go of the W button.
Yeah, it's a fun gun. You always jump when you cross the corner.
Yes,
Keep
yes,
jumping.
that's for sure. Its accuracy in conjunction with its mobility is certainly makes for a fun experience.
Certainly does. 3
Okay, so this is the round.
B, yeah?
This is the round. First buy round of the second half, and an opportunity for Omnius to actually make a bit of a statement on this T side that they have a lot to work with, but you can see that the early plans towards Banana are going the way of Goliath Gaming, and Chappie's going to look to try to take the fight here. He is by himself.
Trouble.
Support's not really going to be too effective with the smoke, and Adaro actually just going to push straight through, and he ends up on top of Chappie. And he finds the frag. That was awkward.
Very ballsy play though from him, and I think he's going to feel a little cheated that he dropped his M4 for a Galil, but hey, well, he'll take the kill. He'll be happy with that. Omnius Gaming chasing the game in the round at this point. They've lost 2 players early on. Adaro going back because he's like, nah, I'm not sticking with this piece of crap.
Yeah, and it's already a mini victory for Goliath because they take Banana so easily. They find the kills and they sort of just stamp their authority on that part of the map with the weaponry. So that's going to be sending some shivers down the Omnius camp heading through the rest of the half. Off the back of that, they're trying to execute towards the A bomb site right now. It's just Heartbreak who's making his way forward by himself. Some frags being traded back and forth towards N2. And that leaves Lately all by himself, and he's just actually going to throw the AWP over the wall. He has nothing to do with the round. I'm not sure about that one.
Oh no, Massacre's not finding the gun. He manages to pick up his M4 again, so...
I'm not sure why he didn't just save the AWP though, because they could have gone for a buy in this round if he had the AWP.
Yeah, I guess maybe he thought he was being.
They have to
flanked.
save now. The fact that they go for the force buy makes that decision even worse. Anyway, this is actually a decent buy. This is just the straight up 5-man up banana, right?
And there's a couple players with that head on me. Yeah, this could work.
Seems like we're going to be having the full Monty here as all 5 players make their way up aggressively. It's going to be a blender in banana. We may have a banana smoothie at the looks of things. It's the CTs who are slightly on top, courtesy of Adaro's quad kill. Nearly secures the ace as well. In the end, it's Lately who's left in the 1v2. He's only got 1 bullet left. He does get the info at least. You can see Goliath just put the brake on things. Adam not committing at all until he hears those shots come through. He has a pretty good idea that he might be able to catch the player off guard. So in the end, it is Goliath who come out on top, and they set themselves up nicely to close this map out 2-0, leading 13-7 at the moment.
On the money, very disjointed here for Omnius Gaming as well, so they're just going to have to equalize and buy up some pistols, buy up some armor, and come in with a buy in the next one, where it's likely to be 14-7 at that point, so not leaving themselves much room to maneuver here. And this could also be a short one. Let's hope that they can get some damage done in this round and maybe in the next one. But those flashes and the nades towards Banana, so effective. Adara is just raining terror on the mat.
Yeah, Adara and Massacre, a deadly duo. One of the deadliest duos in South African Counter-Strike, actually. So much potential. Excited to see what comes of that in the years to come, considering how young both of them are. I mean, I almost want to say in the infancy of their careers, but that almost seems like you're doing Massacre an injustice because he's already been around for, must be about 4 years already, maybe 3.
Yeah, he was definitely playing since he was like 15. Lately, there with the kill on ADM. ADM just running straight down mid, not expecting them to be posted there. And again, that's just indicative of the aggression that we're going to see repeatedly out of Goliath. Yeah, they are winning towards Banana, and that's why Omnius are just locked out at the moment.
Yeah.
Still, Goliath Gaming actually a player down here, and as long as they move quickly, this could work, and that's a great shot from Chappie.
Mango's so unfortunate. He was in actually a decent position there to try and keep tabs on the A-bomb site, because there was a pretty good chance he finds the frag onto BNY, who was coming through the apartments, and then he actually becomes the thorn in the Omnius side while his teammates rotate across. But Chappie's actually able to spot him on the cross, so he takes him down, and Omnius, they keep themselves in the hunt here on Inferno. Keeping 4 players alive bodes really well for their economy. Never want to be in a position where if you lose a round, you trying to contest map and match point with a force buy.
Yeah, it doesn't usually go the sort of fairy tale Estrada set E-League Atlanta Major, where force buy and you somehow keep the game alive and then win it. Not usually the case, so you want to set yourself up as best as possible, and at least Omnius here are going to keep the weapons. Goliath Gaming also calling pretty early on to save there, probably because Adara is pretty low. They do have the money though. I mean, they could have tried to do some damage, but I think they're making the right decision here. Yeah. A very considered decision, and maybe not a decision you would have seen out of them with a different in-game leader.
Yeah, perhaps.
ADM ruling with Iron Fist, presumably.
I think he's actually got the right personality to lead this team, though. I think that you've got some high-profile individuals in this team that, are confident-based players. So it takes somebody with a strong willpower to lead individuals like that. And I think Adam has what it takes. Anyway, speaking of AWPers, Lately is going to actually be able to find an early frag here. So that's a nice advantage for the green boys. I wanted to call them the green wall, but I don't think that's...
Yeah, not quite. But, I mean, it's good to see them catching an earlier advantage here towards... Banana. I mean, it's been a battle that they've been pretty consistently losing, so for them to actually get that early kill, that was Massacre maybe being a little bit unaware that they're going to be as close as they were, and that's maybe something that also comes from when you're winning the battle. So let's see if Omnius Gaming can take advantage of this. ADM coming in on the angle, he spots the offer there, and well, the shot whistles past his ears but doesn't do any damage.
I don't think that Goliath are aware that Chappie's been able to get in the cubby though, but Zipzip's just going to straight up dry peek middle, and he catches Heartbreak off, so that's going to be leveling things up 4 versus 4 once again. 50 seconds left on the clock here, so Omnius have a few options at their disposal. Oh no, that nade dunks on Chappie.
Well, and it almost felt like ADM is thinking, yes, the spidey sense is tingling, he's smelling something.
Yeah, they are prepared for the B hit, which is about to come through here from Omnius. They have a decent amount of util. Oh, Adam missing the shot. That means Chappie's going to be able to gain a few yards, making his way forward. Again, I think he's undetected, and Lately has actually got ADM on the angle right now, so he's just waiting for the Goliath Gaming AWPer to peek out, but he's not giving him anything. Eventually Adam will peek,
Beautiful
but
catch.
actually the shot does come through there from Lately. I thought he missed it. A bit of a delay there on the Go TV. Still though, Adaro proving to be a menace in the back of this B bomb site. And
Third shot.
he completely destroys Nexus, and with that destroys the hopes and dreams.
Oh, Dara does seem destined to top frag the entire series at the moment, and it looks like he'll just pip them at the post at the end for Goliath Gaming. 3 players in the early 20s. So I mean, power performance from Goliath Gaming. Omnius Gaming though, they've had some good opportunities here on Inferno. This is going to be the last roll of the dice for them.
Yeah.
Can they keep their hopes alive and potentially take us to overtime? It's going to be a long way to get there, but they're going to try, and they're going to try towards Banana. Don't know if that's the greatest idea, but they are getting the frags.
Nice shot there by Rodaro. Somehow he actually keeps his teammate Massacre alive there. I think he was completely blinded. Nade's going to do a chunk of damage there, and Adaro actually finishes him off through the wall. These Omnius players are just being chipped down, and they can't even see the CTs who are doing the damage. I mean, it's one thing when you get tagged, but when you're just constantly getting clipped through the wall, that makes it even more infuriating. Massacre, you can see, is feeling himself at the moment, and Adaro also going to be getting confident, making his way forward. He was feeling himself, man, in the mirror, making sexy eyes with himself.
Okay.
Had some James Blunt on in the background.
You're beautiful.
2 versus 2.
Counter-Strike happening, so
Yeah.
we should go back to that. And this is a good call out of Omnius to stick together, but there is a player still waiting for them, so they need to win this fight.
Yeah, Mango's in a pretty good position at least to find a kill and then drop off and contest the second player. He should be good for at least 1 frag for free as he spots Chappie making his way into the bomb site, opting not to immediately pull the trigger.
Discipline.
There we go. The young man showing his maturity once again to close out the map for his team, not snapping onto the first player that he spots. And with that, secures the map. 16-8 was it in the end? Goliath Gaming march on to the grand final, winning the series 2-0 here against Omnius, asserting their dominance. Of course, it wasn't ideal for Omnius, who had a bunch of technical difficulties at the start of the match. Chappie with all that FPS problem, and they just were in the wrong headspace heading into the start of the game, which it's always going to be difficult to turn it around from that point. But there were glimpses and there were moments where we saw what they were capable of. And the harder the work, the more they continue to work, because I've seen they're putting in the hours, they're going to continue to grow and develop, use these opportunities to learn, and who knows, next time we could be seeing this go to a 3rd map.
Yeah, plenty of potential there. I expect to see them in more playoff games, quarterfinals, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they can find themselves in semi-finals again and maybe potentially take it a little bit further. They've got some opportunities coming up in other tournaments, of course, so still early days in the online season, of course, because it's all mostly going to be online at the moment with what's going on in the world. But
what's going on, Mike? What do you mean?
Nothing. I don't know.
Business as usual, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you guys with us. My name is Hayes. You can follow me on social media at Hayes Castings, or if you like the other guy's voice, you can follow him as well. He's at Extremes. And,
no, I don't need the followers. I got plenty.
Damn. All right, guys. Well, if you do follow him, then go unfollow him, because that's what he's asking
Don't do that.
for. God,
But,
okay.
before we go, I just want to also shout out to Goliath Gaming. I think they are looking like potentially the team to beat this season.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with ADM at the helm. They got all the fragging power. Now they've got the experience. They're not just young guns. I think this could be their season.
I'm really looking forward to that grand final between themselves and Big Five, because both of the teams are looking really hot at the moment. So it's going to be a very early indication as to who the top dog is in the South African scene heading into the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Of course, the ATK team, whatever form it might take, probably going to be in there as well. Maybe we'll see a Sinister 5. There's going to be plenty of action and plenty of teams to challenge them. So look out for that in the rest of the season, but also look out for the grand final of ESEA season 33 South Africa coming up. When is it, Matt? I don't know.
I don't think the date's actually set just yet. So like I said, keep a close eye on our social media. We will definitely be covering that game again, same channel. So feel free to subscribe. And with that, I think we're going to be bidding you guys farewell. Once again, thanks for joining us, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the cast.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah. Guys, stay safe during these troubling times as well. No, it's difficult for everybody, but we all have to do our parts, and we'll get through this together. That's what matters the most, right? Make sure that we all just keep the human aspect in mind, care for the others around us, and one way or another, we will get to the other side. Thanks so much, guys. Lots of love, and farewell.